So this what I don't understand. How does a non-Pacoima guy knows what a guy from Pacoima does in
I
Pacoima?
think about with Whack, they don't like me because when I say something, it be real, and I'm going to show you the proof of it. I'm never going to let nothing come out my mouth that I don't have the proof. So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
You say Black lied on you. So I'm speaking in general. If a nigga lie on you, you got all right to lie on them. You know what I'm saying? That's just what go with anybody. But Wack never lied on you.
Looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
I gotta carry this with me wherever I go. Wherever I go, I gotta keep this with me.
Yeah, neighborhood Nip Hustle. Giving a shout out right now to SPR in the streets. Spot Low, y'all already know what it is. Sauce and air. It's neighborhood Nip Hustle. Big shout out to SPR, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
I can't lie. In my day, I've called game a capital. This is not a troll. They don't get in your feelings. None of you super Stan fans don't get your panties in a bunch. We react to all type of content. This is a interesting piece. Game is on that level in the game. We just gonna see what they talking about. Why they call him the biggest capper in Compton. I'm curious. Oh my mama. So with no further ado, let's see what they say. Chuck has been up to. Shout out to Game and the Magic, Eastside 80s.
Gangbanging has been a part of West Coast hip-hop since the art form was introduced to the region. Out of the platoons of flag-waving MCs and artists from Compton, California would make his way to become a vital part of the 2000s era, touching everything from the mixtape market to the Billboard charts. But what happens when one creates a terrifying image of himself that he is forced to continuously uphold, but ultimately is befuddled with memories of epic slip-ups, failed check-ins,
not to walk up to somebody in the club and do it. I'm saying I heard plenty of times people ran from
memorabilia fraud, and odd insecurities. Seeking attention so bad it would cost him his legacy.
Rapper, how is the Game the biggest rapper in the world?
And give him a new one.
I don't want to be a part of hip-hop no more.
Game's credibility is in question because it seems he might be exaggerating on a lot of stories.
This internet is unforgiving, undefeated. It's a cold muff. They done went and found all the little clips and strung them together and put some quality behind the production. Gotta be careful what you do, man.
Now,
this is the story of one of the West Coast's biggest artists who would position himself as the holder of the LA crown for years.
That's a hard-ass crown.
You used to be a Crip, now you're a Blood.
But consistently fumbled his spot.
Look at Meek Mill's name in this photo, the screenshot that the Game tweeted out.
Placing himself as...
Man, how do you get caught slipping like that? He wasn't thinking.
As one of the kings on the Mount Rushmore of Cap.
Unlike him, he's a scrub. He doesn't have a car.
This is the Game. Jayceon Taylor, born in Compton, California in 1979, would become a beacon of light for the LA rap scene after finding his way from the mixtape market under JT, the Bigger Figure. The hungry MC would first try his hand with Death Row, even pulling up on Death Row artist Eastwood and trying to flow at a burial. His career in entertainment would actually start years earlier before his Pyru membership, when a younger Game was on Change Your Heart, Little Tattoos, and a Tongue Ring.
He has a car, and I mean, he drove me everywhere. Unlike him, he's a scrub. He doesn't have a car.
This nigga look crazy.
But soon, he would find his place signing with Aftermath Records and Dr. Dre. Out the gate, he would get himself into mischief. His biggest feud to date is with 50 Cent, which was so messy it would lead to him, one by one, outcapping the entire Aftermath roster and then some. That deserves his own cap story, so for now, let's just say the Game would place himself on a deserted island where he could be his own king, but through a collection of ill moves, he would become a king. A cap king, that is.
Before we go too far in this video, please do me one small favor and apply pressure to that subscribe button. Yes.
I ain't gonna lie, before we was cool, and I stopped trolling cuz I used to troll. I troll game with this little clip right here. I did not get why he was comfortable making these moves, flamed up in the bandana bang clothes. Well, yeah, I already, it's somewhere on the black box already.
Apply pressure to that subscribe button.
The game would find himself in the sweet spot where West Coast rap as a whole was taking the back seat to other regions, still recovering from the destruction of his biggest label, Death Row. Suge would be in and out of jail with no more artists. Snoop had calmed down and Dr. Dre was putting everything in the aftermath, a situation Game talked himself out of. He would become his own gatekeeper of some sorts. He did a more than exceptional job striking fear with any entertainer unfamiliar with the LA region, more than likely exchanging security for artists in exchange for money and features.
He said that just gave me a thought, because I was around Game when he was signed to Dre before he got signed to 50. And he was on the back burner, frustrated, and everything happened the way it happened. But I never thought that maybe Game had did something to make that situation slow down and lose momentum until old boy just said that. Game always just act like Dre had him on the back burner, and Dre kind of had a reputation for doing people in projects like that. But I never thought that Game may have done something to offend him.
This even escalated to where he was handing out flags to other artists not from LA but looking to claim membership.
Seeing how things turned out and how Game ended up doing his career, it kind of makes sense. He probably did say something to him like kind of cocky or arrogant.
In well-known gangs, Lil Wayne would be one of the first mainstream rappers to claim a blood set without being put on.
And then you see dudes like Wayne throws up blood all day or whatever, and like a lot of artists do. And like what, you know, obviously that's the video of where Wayne and Baby in the morning, like 40 Glock was running up to the car, like, what's up now? And yeah. So like, what, like,
I got an opinion about it. I feel like it's frozen.
Right.
Straight up, like, if you wasn't put on to this you wasn't courted on, you ain't going to the back of the buildings and fight, you know what I'm saying, your homies and get put on.
Right.
You not from a gang.
Right.
Not only are you not from a gang, you ain't, you know what I'm saying, press a line and put in work. Not necessarily kill nobody, but you know what I'm saying, put yours on the line.
These moves will put him at odds with fellow LA artists who weren't that enthusiastic to respect these newfound members, regardless of what the cap of Compton sold to them.
Lil Wayne would become a target anytime he touched ground and did business in LA, once getting bombarded.
Crazy how 40 Glock, the original clout chaser, jumped on my lick and got so into trying to make it public, they call this his lick. This was all me, but I'm glad the credit kind of shifted to him. He just happened to, everybody there was there on my call, including him, but he ran off like it was his play. That's crazy.
By a pack of Crips with the likes of 40 Glock and Spider Loke.
And these niggas start banging when they get older, nigga. That's a 13-year-old, nigga. Just turned 13, nigga.
40 Glock's antics would not go unpunished. Industry opportunities would be just as lucrative as cash in certain situations, and the game would be quick to use this as an opportunity. Catching 40 Glock at a private party where 40 would be jumped, and then the game would film the encounter as if it was a one-on-one.
I ain't gonna lie, it feel kind of refreshing knowing a blogger that don't know me feels like he can't tell Game complete story without mentioning me to some degree. Salute. That's what happened in the Payback story too we reacted to. I haven't released it yet, but somebody did a real good documentary on the life in the past and the Payback, and the way I was implicated or implemented, I appreciated it.
To this pool party, and when I got there, 40 Glock was there. And I said, you know, I looked around, and I said, well, this is my friend's house. I don't want to, you know, mess up the pool party. I don't want to scare anybody.
Hey, y'all imagine when this happened, Ho No 100 called me and said, hey, I got a message from you from Chuck. Game said, tell Spider that's his fault. Tell that nigga 40 he ain't Spider. That's on my grandbaby heartbeat. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
I don't want to make any quick moves. And he seen me. And I'm thinking like, you know, I don't know this guy. I'm thinking like, this is 40 Glock. This is a tough guy. Like, it's about to be a real battle in here because this is 40 Glock. This is the guy. Like, this is.
You know, if you look at the tape, the niggas jumped me for like about 20 minutes, they jumped me like 5 times.
So, you know, he got up and I did my thing, and, you know, that last right hook sent him into a tree, and that was the end of 40 Glock in his career.
This would forever tarnish 40 Glock's career, where he would venture on to file a civil suit against the game,
becoming a pre.
On my mama, dad, homies, daughters, lopes, loved ones, everything I love and live for, my sisters, sons, nieces, nephews, aunties, uncles, and cousins, cuz I'm the one told cuz to sue. But in a sense of, I know this dummy ain't gonna do it, and he did it, queerdo.
Precursor of the future.
I'm in that red rose, white ceiling.
Look, red rose, white ceiling. No body, no casket, just blood spilling.
Red rose, white ceiling. Red rose, white ceiling. Hey yo, red rose, white ceiling.
The Cap of Compton, or excuse me, the Bap of Bompton's Pyru investment, Little Weezy, would get him in multiple skirmishes. He would proceed to jump her off the roof and interject in a back and forth with the Rat of Cap, Young Thug, after the latter had an ongoing beef with Tunchi.
Never been Hollywood, he's just been Hollywood gold, nigga. You know what the is, nigga. Side of this mother. Anybody fuck you gotta fuck on me. I will fuck Thug up on Pyru, nigga. What's up, nigga? Now come to California, bro.
Oh, he put it on Pyru. That's interesting. Who we know that do that a lot? The Pay La Rule. Shout out Chuck though. It's y'all.
Do that shit. Yeah, put walk through California and say fuck. I'ma do a nigga like being 40 Glock. And if a nigga got a problem, a nigga gonna get his ass.
The rapper Cap wouldn't waste a second going on Instagram issuing warnings that included a flashback of a once rumor that gained steam about Game being a stripper. His stepfather would confess that Game's mother owned a strip club where the Game was paid $1,000 a week to twerk.
Fill out an application and get a job, but hey, if they look good, they've been working out, we put them on, man. We get them, you know, we get them $1,000 a week dancing. Jayceon danced there maybe twice, and 50 Cent will not let him forget it. And somehow, somebody got pictures of him dancing in that club with his G-string on, and boy.
50 had the biggest gun, but I just got to keep it a Google. I made that that was my work, keep it a Google. Yeah, that was my work. Oh, my mama. Everybody that know. If you just want to do history for historical purposes only, go check out the Bangadocious series. Bangadocious 1 and 2, they're mixtapes. Bangadocious 3 was dedicated to Young Buck, but Bangadocious 1 and 2, that'll tell you the story. It's music that's 20 years old, y'all. It's not nothing new. It's just history lesson.
Boy.
For some reason besides me, he would suddenly tweet TMZ that it was all Cap.
See, you used to be a Crip, now you're a Blood. So I don't want no smoke with you. You got Bloods and Crips on your team. And you was a male stripper. And you know I'm in LA more than Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he the governor, nigga. Yeah.
Young
I'm the one that popularized all that smut on cuz.
Thug and Game's beef would escalate to where family members begin to be mentioned. Game would even show up to ATL mid-beef with no worries. An associate of Game, JoJo Capone, would mediate.
You know what I'm saying? We want to see them smiling. We don't want to see them frowning, and neither one of their mothers want anything to happen to them.
See, the way the world is set up, they want all blacks to kill each other. But we're not. Black Lives Matter. So I salute Gang. I respect them. I'm sorry for making that post about him. You know, even though he was wrong, and he was in the wrong business, and taking up for a nigga that wasn't taking up for themselves, it's all good.
I seen Thug a video and shit. I think it take a real nigga to apologize and dead some shit. I think the next phase is getting him and Tune shit buried, cause Tune my nigga, and then getting Tune and Birdman to settle their shit and get back to getting their money, you know? OG out.
And the two would seemingly squash their beef, battle over, until suddenly one gloomy morning.
Game got an old soul. He been saying OG for a long time. I just now started accepting that title. Go on, Chuck.
Morning, the Game would go on The Breakfast Club to detail how the feud came to an end. And this is where the Cap would be discovered.
Young Thug had a quick little back and forth.
You see, yeah, it was real quick.
About that.
Yeah, real quick. You know.
That was the quickest back and forth.
That? I mean, you know, it gets real.
Game's crazy.
You know, and I went to Atlanta right after it started, and it got real.
So y'all saw each other? Or?
Nah, we never saw it.
The rat of Cap would immediately take to social media to call it out.
Minding my business, trying to promote my little video that I got about to come out back for the work, the song Power. And I go on the Burfer Club, being nose, and see this ass nigga gang capping the pussy Charlemagne like he won't smoke. Like you was not about that action. I'm uploading the video.
That's my bad, nigga. Real niggas don't apologize. And shit, it ain't nothing, man. So you know what it is, man. I got a lot of respect. We got too many with this all up in it. So it's all love, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that one. Shit.
I just seen your little video, you hoe ass nigga. Paint your nails like a fucking girl. You call your nigga gay, and you a hoe ass nigga. You fucking around niggas drive by that nail shop and light that motherfucker.
Whack 100, the game's man.
I don't think Game knew at that time that what would end up being involved with Slime. That was some cold, slick talk. Now that we realize some of the things Young Thug and Woody, even before he went bad, and the whole crew was up to, and he went to ATL, he was playing with fire. He was blessed. He was blessed. Because I'm sure he didn't have a clue. Just like how he looking at Young Thug like we looking at him, man. You call your dude bae and wear dresses and fingernails. Think he, but I guess I still haven't seen it. But what's the show? Is it with Omar in Baltimore? They say he was a cold guy that went that way. So Thug that's the type of this generation.
Manager recently would go on stream with Pee Wee Roscoe, which would also receive a response that the exact opposite of what we were told.
Kind of like Master P low-key a little bit. And Paul Pierce, though.
Shit out of who I caught with Game when y'all dissed the Slime and I caught you at Lenox Mall. Yeah, man, so we ain't gonna spin it. Hey, man.
Roscoe, what happened?
Wait, hold on. Man, Roscoe. You know, listen, ain't no Roscoe. You know what's up with me. I'm coaching on.
Wait, hold on, Roscoe, what happened at the mall?
Hey, man, nigga. Supposed to be talking. I caught him with Game. He the same one in my DM. When Game called Slime gay, you the same bitch. And he got caught at the mall when y'all walked outside. Oh no, I apologize. I got receipts.
I know. I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say, I know Game hate the day Ho No 100 came his way. To be mixed up with this corny muff at the latter part of your career, oh my goodness. I know he regret that.
This wouldn't be the first time Game's confrontation would have an ambidextrous ending, because the next one would raise eyebrows. The bullying would have to take a back seat when he would have a confrontation with one of the biggest demons in the game, just making his way around the industry, Lil Durk.
It was something happened in the studio between me and Tiger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't supposed to escalate.
Right.
But it did. So it is what it is now.
This would transpire because the little homie Tiger had an ongoing dispute over a woman, which he decided to take to wax with Lil Durk.
Who the fuck is Lil Durk? I dust you like ash and perp. Your flow whack, my flow crack. Got marble floors, your flow's crack. Papa Willie in NYC, I got the 30 on my nigga fleet. Heard Tiger sneak dissing on me, telling thought bitches I'm not right.
I like how you flipped that. My flow crack. I got marble floors. Your flow crack. That was dope.
Tiger only got one name, but that nigga ain't got one strike.
Instead of handling on his own, Tiger would tell the big homie to play his position.
But again, man, I pretty much hold myself in this capacity where I'm like, anything taking shots at the West Coast, like I'm gonna live and die for it. So
that's how he built his get down. Cause I remember when he first got into it with Joe Budden, I didn't even have no deal. Cuz called me on Brazil to the studio. He like, yeah, it's time to go in, Sparta. We finna go in on Joe Budden. And he pulled up a beat, started writing, and he ended up going in by himself. But he did that buttons, I am, buttons. That instead of that cut on that Colors beat. But he was like, call the forces at first, but he did it solo to the neck.
Game would get himself involved in a brief exchange of bars with a guy he didn't even know.
Tiger hit me. He was like, I want you on this song, man. And I'm beefing with, Lil Durk. I'm like, I don't even know who Lil Durk is. So I did my research and then I did my verse and then
Tiger hit me like Durk, listen. Durk no whiskey, Durk who, nigga? Never heard of these niggas. Some of the nerve of these niggas don't make me put on burgundy. Nigga, let the AK, I'm serving these niggas.
Every time a nigga rap beef get clapped up in a couple weeks. IG comments in a couple tweets, location on, we can go and meet. Headshot, I'm out of town, I'm in Philadelphia with my nigga me.
Tiger phased out of it, then it was just me and Dirk beefing.
Dirk's response will be playful, not even a flinch dealing with the Bap of Bompton, trolling and all.
The game, this you want to apply back or you leaving that alone?
Any female you looking at that you want to say hello to? What, Tiffany Fox?
No, game one. I don't even know that guy. I know him from this show. 50 Cent. That's how I know him.
The difference between Dirk and the others is he would have no reluctance of visiting the LA area to party. Tiger, being conveniently out of town, would call the big homie. Game would go right to Dirk's location. The moment he found his mark was captured on camera.
I saw you tweeting like, yo, game and real one, blah, blah, blah. Like, how was it afterwards? Like, after I left the club?
Like, the whole club scene was just like a standoff. Like, all right, I'm holding my ground.
Right.
And they like, I'm holding my ground too.
Right.
Like, cause some people don't do it like that. Some people just rather not just walk up to somebody in the club and do it. I'm saying I heard plenty of times people ran from them.
Right.
So I'm just like standing my ground. Like, where I'm from, we don't like run.
Man,
that's DP saying that, just considering the circumstances under which young King Von lost his life, his boy, and he talking about how they operate, and they was at a club and didn't even get in yet, and how King Von chose to get out. That's deep. At least Dirk wasn't that turned up, because it could have got real ugly.
And yeah, especially for us being in another city and on the come up, we can't let nobody do that to us, you know. Yeah, we just hollered at them like, man, like we just want to see what it is, type, like see what we standing type. One of the homies named G Weed had put me in game on 3-way.
Right.
And we had squashed from there, so.
Free G Weed.
This beef will be squashed soon after, or at least one would think.
When I think he approached you somewhere, right?
No, he was in LA. Everybody got that backwards, man. He was in LA at a Rick Ross party.
But Cat Kings are going to do what a Cat King is going to do. The stories of how this situation ended would quickly become blurred.
And we found him. We went to him, and I saw Dirk, and he was a little guy, man. And he was cool, man. So it just went away, man.
Word.
Yeah, and most of the times, like, you know, when I see dudes in real life, physically, you know, it's just not.
David's 6'3", 6'4".
It's unmatched.
He's not gonna push him around.
Now, obviously, Lil Durk wasn't with it, right? I mean, listen, he commented on Twitter. He said he found me. And I'm like, what the? Now, he also made mention. He said, listen, I'm glad I'm not a Twitter gangster, but it seems like the game might be lying.
Whatever happened during that meeting, it was becoming clear to other artists that the game might not be as scary as we thought.
We're gonna shoot you some topics.
Yeah.
You freestyle. Is that cool?
I'll do what I can, man.
Power 106, your first topic is the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I be rocking my Kobe's, I be in a red rose, white.
Whatever the case, Mr. Taylor wouldn't miss a beat in his quest to be the West Coast's biggest bully.
What kind of pissed me off was that I felt like I rocked with Double XL even throughout the beginning of my career. I kind of rode against the source.
Even checking Double XL magazine on screen over an article he didn't agree with.
One day, I seen this cover with I want to say I think it was Kendrick on it or something, or maybe Dre or Kendrick, but it was like, you know, the guy that sold Tillman Records was just missing. I felt like whoever was writing that or edited it, you know, edited the magazine, you know, for that month and put that out. Even coming up here, man, we was joking in the truck and we was just like, man, I don't read the Double XL. We was all laughing about it, and I'm cool with you know, Double XL. I just felt that was a little disrespectful to me and my career, and you know, the relationship could go either way from here. You know, it's whatever me, man.
This tactic rarely failed with naive out-of-town artists who wanted to relax in LA without no worries. But Game's bully card would take a hit when he got himself involved in a capathon with artist Sean Kingston and fellow Cap King Meek Mill. When Kingston was rushed for his chain while partying in a nightclub where both the Game and Meek were in attendance, Kingston was relieved for over $300,000 in jewelry. What happened next will be anyone's guess, as all three artists are known Cap Kings. The Game would claim that Meek contacted the authorities and placed his name in the incident, which would shock Meek, who would conclude this was all because Game had an album coming out called 1992. This would be typical for Game to go after Meek, who was still recovering from a Drake ass whooping.
That was the highlight of Drake's urban experience amongst us. That's when he was at his height amongst us. When he did that, it seemed like ever since then it's been all downhill. And then K-Dot just put the icing on the cake and finished him off, culturally, image wise. Of course, not success wise. He's still gonna be Drake, but the real niggas just look at him different now.
To Game, Meek would be easy pickings. Meek wouldn't be impressed by, in his words, the Hollywood actor.
Niggas be talking all that gangster shit. Niggas actors. You heard me? And I got what I got on my neck. I'm on a dirt bike. I got like 450 on my neck.
He would challenge the Game to pull up, in which...
That's crazy. Meek Mill had us fooled back then. Meek Mill had a people fooled that he was tough. He about as soft as a bunny hopper. Just imagine that's not a joke. He about as soft as a black boy bunny hopping for a billionaire. Oh, wow.
The Game did, grabbing a Philly cheesesteak with no worries. But, fooled again. The moment he posted on IG, goons descended on Mac's chicken steaks.
Max is in. Because I wanted a steak, for real. But the line too long. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna go against my no beef diet. You know what I'm saying?
Was the Game in here? The Game, the rapper, Game. He was never in here?
Gino.
So the rapper Game, the guy with the beard, with the tattoos, he was never here? No? OG, was the rapper Game in here? Was the rapper Game in here? Game.
What game?
The rapper Game, was he in here?
Not tonight.
So of course, this would lead to a back and forth between the two over diss tracks.
See that shit you got with Drake is like a slow leak. Blood'll be dripping like Niagara if I poke me. Nicki won't get no sleep. My hours, get it, jump and hit the switch like a 6-1 power. Bitch, pull you all home, click and get showered. One phone call, I'm in LA, please don't put me out of time. You was a struggle. Nigga, you every time he go viral. Welcome to the West, and this ain't the life of Pablo. Stay on that bullshit, it's gonna start to feel like Chicago.
As I mentioned, this would all be a capathon that would somehow lead to Benny Siegel getting punched in the mouth by one of Meek's folks. But we'll cover that in another cap story.
What up, man? It's your boy Kingston. I'm just cooling, man. Trying to stay positive, work on my new album, come back with good music for my fans, man. I ain't trying to be no more media, no more drama, no nothing.
Surprisingly, Kingston would not be as afraid of Game as he would hope.
Meek, that's my dog. We never had no conversation about nothing. I got real OGs that'll tell you. I ain't even had no, I know the street code. I ain't never even speak to Meek when that shit happened. When that shit happened, I kept it moving. And, me and him left the club as equal. It was nothing. So, at the end of the day, man, it's dead. It ain't about nothing, man.
Jayceon would reply in what looked like a camera audition.
I wonder how many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches Meek had to make your fat jelly bean smuggler to switch up on his Instagram when you know fucking well that you got your ass robbed in the club, ran for all your fucking jury, you ain't do shit, your niggas sat there and watched you get robbed, you left the...
Wait, is it the same story that Loose Lips Cannon be running around trying to tell? That's crazy. If it is, his Game sounds pretty convincing in this little clip here. And this is a long time ago. Loose might have been, really snitching on a crime. He wasn't just lying. Wow. Ho No 100 brought him to No Jumper to Fed quarters to give that evidence, that information. That's deep.
Club, called my phone, said, Game, big bro, somebody robbed me. Can you help me get my chains back? I told your fat that I will fucking see what I can do. Then you...
Oh, my bad. I thought he was talking about Meek Mill. When he said fat, I guess he talking about Sean Kingston. I've been to Sean. That's crazy to see what Sean Kingston turned out. One of my little homies used to be his pusher on that little C9E nerd. And I took a trip with him one time to Sean Kingston house, stayed up there a couple hours in that big old mansion, chopped it up with him. He took a mighty fall too.
Got off the phone, called me back 10 minutes later talking about Meek called you and told you that I had you set up and robbed in the club. Then you sued the club, called detectives, then you called detectives with Meek on the phone, let them speak to Meek, incriminating me and my entourage saying that we robbed you, nigga. They had detectives knocking on my door, nigga, my crib. You a
Also, maybe that's how the story got distorted. Sometimes two stories can merge into one. Did Meek Mill not get booked and Sean Kingston did? And Meek Mill probably tried to help mediate, get his back for him? Possibility, I don't know. Game don't speak on this type of I've been wanting to get an interview with Game ever since we hollered on the phone a few weeks back. He don't fuck around.
Lying ass nigga. And Meek, you know you can't fucking put hands on nobody. You a buster. You can't fight. You ain't gonna shoot shit. So stop fronting for these Instagram followers. I'm fucking you up on sight. Period.
He would jump on Meek's side, claiming the Game is, well, a stripper.
You the same. Your mama was a crip. You a blood. Listen, you fake ass, hoe ass nigga. You a stripper. The whole world know what you about, hoe ass. Trying to sell some albums. How the fuck you look beefing with a pop star, nigga?
I ain't never realized Sean Kingston was that slim. When I met him a couple years ago, god damn, he was large and in charge. On my mama. They say that lean do swell you up, huh? God damn.
You know what the fuck happened in the club? Them niggas ran up, hit me in the fucking head with a bottle, nigga. They took off my jewelry. Nobody shot no fade with me. Nobody did nothing. Yeah, I'm a fat nigga. The world know I'm a fat nigga.
I guess he just don't look fat. Hey, Sean, I don't know if you don't know, but robberies don't typically usually come with fades. Just a note. I'm just saying.
I went platinum being a fat nigga. Fat nigga is still fuck your bitch, nigga. Anywhere, nigga, you buff ass, steroid ass nigga. Going to run in Canada every day. 48 of fitness, 48 of fitness. Go take another steroid pill, you hoe ass nigga. You was wearing a thong, nigga. You can't talk to me. I ain't no rapper. I ain't gotta be no street. The world know what you is. You ain't even good in your own city. You was on a change your heart show. What the fuck you talking about? You a disgrace to the blood. I fuck with real bloods, you hoe ass nigga. Fuck you. Everything you claim for, hoe ass nigga. You 43 years old, still trying to do music, bitch.
You 38 and you still rapping.
This situation would end in embarrassment for Mr. Taylor, when authorities would state that the Game was never a suspect in the case.
This motherfucker who put this together, he one of them motherfuckers. He's surgical. Ooh-wee.
Calling cap on the entire story.
As you can see, the game shows a picture, and I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm saying and pay attention to this picture. And this is the Game calling out Meek.
Doing a deep dive on the screenshot shared by the Game the night he claimed Meek snitched, the image seemed photoshopped.
I want you guys to take a look at this right here. Look at Meek Mill's name in this photo, the screenshot that the Game tweeted out. Like, you honestly can tell that it's slanted. Look, it starts from the left and it rises up. The same thing happens with this number here, man. The number is photoshopped as well. Look, it rises up. You can honestly tell that this is Photoshop.
As social media and hip-hop merged, the Game would adapt. But he would find the internet isn't that stupid. Jayceon would see the world changing around him, something that can be hard for any of us to handle.
People don't understand, man. And that's why I don't want to be a part of hip-hop no more. Because it just ain't right, man. And hip-hop, it just didn't used to be like this, you know?
But he would learn Photoshop and all hell would break loose. How shocking would it be to find out the Game isn't comfortable with his body? He wants a BBL. Also attempting to insert himself into a page of the Tupac book. All to no avail.
You photoshopped yourself on someone else and put a picture out with you and Pac. It's Pac, but it's not you.
But the Game wouldn't quit, taking himself back to the stripper days. Even showing us his team leadership skills, causing a fight with his own teammate.
That's his little homie too, from Cedar. I know, cuz, that's the homie. I ain't gonna say his name. He probably don't want his name blasted out here. He a lot younger than Gang. I don't know how they ended up doing him like that. The nigga coming from behind, being that that's his homie. That's crazy.
Becoming a perfect example of flexing gone wrong when he bragged about receiving a preseason Kobe jersey he claimed was from his 81-point game. Tanking his credibility again when folks would find the Lakers had different warm-up jerseys for that day. And then there was the red rose, white ceiling.
I'm in the rapping mood. Anybody can rap. Anybody want to, challenge me? You
got a lot of red
Swear to God on my mama, that's how we met at a DMX video shoot. The Aaliyah, I Miss You. They had like it was a collaboration with a lot of artists. So I guess they shot their segments on different days. Shout out to Cookie from Q102. He, my G homie used to be real heavy with the Rough Riderness, DNY. So he often would have me pull up at different locations, industry type, right? So he had me pull up there that day. Me and my little cousin Ero. I forget who else was with us. But when I finally approached DMX and was like, hey, I know you busy, but I want you to hear me bust. He was like, hey, you got a CD? I was like, yes, in the car. He's like, let me get a CD. So I told my little cousin, I'm like, go get my CD. So he went to get the CD. You know, by the time my little cousin, we was pork 4. By the time my cousin brought the CD back, and he brought it in, I went to give it to DMX. It was like the whole mood had changed. So I had like to get his attention all over again. And then he was like, at that time, he was like, hey, wait a minute. He was like, hey, what the other kid? I said he was the king of Compton, the king of the West Coast, king of LA or something like that. He said he was the hardest. Nobody can beat him. He said, yeah, go find him. So he sent some of his people to go find Game, and me and Game battled. I'm going to just leave that right there because I've told the story before. Game is disagreed in the outcome in some, when we was beef battling. But now that we on a different page, we might got the opportunity to sit down and have some of these conversations, if not in person, on a live stream and just keep it to Google. But another ironic note about that incident, the dude in the Snoop Dogg murder trial that actually fought pulling the trigger, he was there as a witness. One of DMX producers that still should be around somewhere, my boy P. Killer, Tracks, he was in there too. And my cousin Hero, he's still around. Shout out to Game though, on my mama.
It's gonna be hot, but I don't from the streets though, cause I ain't gonna get shot.
You ain't have to come at me like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Now it's my turn. You know, I ain't freestyling in a minute. Let me see. Let's check it. Look, red rose, white ceiling.
Failed check-ins and a lack of a BBL would be the least of his worries. He would then try to pull his biggest cat move yet. In 2015, a woman, Priscilla Rainey, filed a lawsuit against Jayceon, alleging S.A.
The point that 3 cameramen walked off set and quit because they got daughters and wives at home, and they said he's a piece of shit. Oh, you didn't know I got to see this footage, but I did. Get out my DMs.
The Game called cap on the entire case and failed to appear at any of the court dates, awarding the woman $7.1 million in a default judgment. Game called cap on that as well, stating that she would never get a dime from him. The judge would call cap after years of non-payment, and in 2020, Rainey was given ownership of Game's independent label Prolific and all the royalties from the 2019 album Born to Rap. Then, in December 2023, she was granted rights to the Game's Calabasas mansion to relieve the debt, confiscating the spoils of years of work Game contributed to hip-hop and gangbanging. Financially strapped, he would utilize one of the things in life he was known for, more capping.
But the DM comes up, he'll tell you like, hey man, I see you putting in the work, da-da-da-da-da.
In the midst of his legal situation, he had unsigned rappers cash app him $500 to $1,000 for placement.
Yeah, this is real thorough work. This dude put together a thorough piece, to say the least.
That's the go-getter right there, because now you like, man, the Game just said I'm putting in work. You like, all right, bet. But that's where he gets you. $750 to get put on a mixtape, and that's all it take to get somewhere on your level. It's that easy to just jump the ranks to where you at for $750? That sounds amazing. You get what I'm saying? Anybody would think that.
Well, when the mixtape dropped, it was on an anonymous account with 500 followers.
He'll post it, but then after that, it's like once you're on a mixtape, he really don't care no more.
And never made it to Game's mainstream account. But he wasn't done yet. He jacked Chad out of $4,000 he promised in exchange for a verse.
So here's how the rapper The Game scammed me into sending him $4,000 for a verse. So I made a beat for him to rap over, and he was going to record a verse and then send it back to me for $4,000. I thought it was legit because I previously paid him to post one of my new songs on his story, which he did. So I thought it was legit. So it started back in March of 2022. I sent him $500 a month for 8 months until October of 2022.
Ooh, wonder how many people he had doing that. He was passing a cool little lick. Oh, wow.
The producer threatened legal action which had the game shook, and months later, he returned the payment.
So after I sent him the $4,000, it took him 3 months to get back to me. And that's only because I mentioned I had to get a lawyer to get my money back or get the verse. He claims that he's been busy, you know, management got backed up or whatever, and I get it, he's a famous rapper. So I resent him all the payments and everything, and I still haven't heard anything back. And it's been 10 months. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is a scam, or do you think he's gonna actually give me my verse?
But hey, Jayceon would finally put his bullying powers to good use, joining Vitaly to search for predators.
What's going on?
I just wanted to... You just wanted to do what?
I think we should put
Like,
his head in the toilet.
bro, you got a sickness, bro. Like, what's going on in your mind,
Bro, just answer him. Just what's going on through your mind? No one's gonna hurt you if you're being honest with us.
Stop looking down. Look at me. I'm looking at you. So what's going through your mind, bro?
I don't know. I was just...
You tripping, right? You made up decision?
Yeah.
You feel good about it?
No, horrible.
What do you do after this?
From a stripper to a Pyru, to a check-in artist to a scam artist, Jayceon Taylor, one of the West Coast's best artists in the 2000s, will always have his spot as one of the most talented artists from the LA area. But what also will always be mentioned is the years of Cap, placing himself as one of the pillars of the Mount Rushmore of Cap, becoming a certified Cap King. Thank you for watching. Please check out other Cap stories in my playlists, including Fat Joe and Snoop Dogg.
Kids like you should be out having fun. Drinking, partying, burning people over, getting away with murder, things like that. Legacy.
Hit you with the booze and stick to your stomach like I flew to the booze. You feel full me, I thought you was a hood. I see hit you with the booze and stick to your stomach like I flew to the booze. You feel full me, I thought you was a hood. I see Let me just speak. With the bubbles and stick to your stomach like I flew to the booze. You feel full me, I thought you was a hood. I see Let
me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
Oh, for real. Where you from? Serious though.
Watts, baby.
I know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 House, nigga.
Right.
They call you, homie?
Big Slice.
Big Slice?
Yes, yes.
Alright, nigga. They call me Puto, cuz.
Right.
That hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.